This is Dash Talk.
Broadcasting live from Hollywood, California, this is The Tea with Tatiana on Dash Talk.
What's up, boys and girls? I'm Tatiana. I have a very special guest with me today, Michelle Marie. You guys may know her from ESPN, E, Rolling Stone, Billboard. She's here to help us carry through the show. I'm so excited to have you here, Michelle.
I am so excited.
We've been talking about this forever.
By the way, I cannot believe I haven't been here yet. Why haven't you invited me?
I mean, you're a busy lady.
I know.
You have a lot going on.
Keep going.
Yeah, she has a lot going on. And I finally made my way into Michelle's schedule. So I'm very excited to have you here. You brought, as you guys know, you are watching The Tea Unfiltered. You are either watching us on Twitch or you're listening on Dash Radio, Dash Talk to be more specific. John, thank you for that open. That was very beautiful. Michelle was telling me that she hasn't done live in so long. And
It's been a hot minute, I'm not gonna lie.
It's so fun to do live.
I feel like I'm riding a bike. You know what I mean?
But you're so good that it's like, look at you. You're just speeding down the freeway on your bike.
You know what I love most about live is that you can totally fuck up and it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And you can even say the F word like you just did because we're on Twitch and nobody cares. And Dash doesn't care either, right? The F word's cool.
No. It's fine.
That's great.
See, just be real.
Yeah, live is great because I feel like mistakes happen.
Absolutely,
and
they
I
do.
think people like that.
They do because they want to relate to real people.
It's
real.
real.
You know what I mean? Like we all make mistakes in life.
All of us.
Except for her.
We'll make some mistakes today, too.
I just wanted to see the money again. That's really the only reason why
we already
I'm here.
shot it. We have ZNI
Yes,
with us today, which Michelle is a big music buff, and she has been telling me about you, ZNI, forever.
I know, but you can't get them on your schedule.
Yeah, I can't get anybody.
But look at him here.
But you did. You've already been with, you did an interview with Ski already.
Yeah, it's my second time here.
Yeah, and we're so happy to have you here. You're going to perform for us 2 songs, not 1, but 2. I weaseled my way into getting a second song.
Yeah, we'll do that for you for sure.
Oh, yeah. Only for her.
So what's the first song you're going to sing for us today?
So, yeah, the first song I'm going to sing is called Nobody. And I love this song just because it's a real good feel-good song, a little bit romantic, at the same time, real international sound. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give you Nobody first.
Okay.
Okay.
We're ready for that.
Let's do that.
Let's go. Check. Yes. Turn me up a little bit. All right, let's go. Yeah. I got you when it's us two. No matter what, I always ride for you. It's nothing, tell you something. All you gotta do is call, I'm coming. Anytime you're by my side, there's nowhere I'd rather be. Can't nothing kill our vibe, 'cause it's all the way positive, yeah. Come between us, this is life. Living it to the fullest. Keep it 100 all the time. 'Cause that's just how we do. Yes, let's go. Nobody got me like you do. Your body on my body. Nobody touch you like I do. You want me and I want you. Nobody do us like we do. Your body on my body. Nobody make it feel this good. Woo, whoa now. Go ahead, show out. Yeah, be proud. You a top notch, no doubt. When I shine, girl, you shine too. Ever glowing when you come through. No question, you a blessing. Stay slaying when I'm with you, I'm winning. Anytime you're by my side, there's nowhere I'd rather be. No, can't nothing kill our vibe. 'Cause it's all the way positive, yeah. Come between us, this is life. Living it to the fullest. Keep it 100 all the time. 'Cause that's just how we do it. Anytime we're cruising, yeah, that's just how we do it, hey. Baby, when we're grooving, woo, 'cause that's just how we do it. And no, got me like you do, and yeah, touch you like I do, me, you. Do us like we do, oh yeah, make it feel this good. Everybody now. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Nobody. Are you ready now? Nobody, nobody, nobody. Your body, on your body, nobody. You want me, and I want you. Nobody. Your body, on my body, nobody. Make it feel this good. Yeah. Make it feel this good.
Woo! Woo! That was
Awesome.
amazing.
Awesome,
Did you write that
awesome
yourself?
job.
I sure did.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was one of those things. The hook came to me first. The track was the first thing I heard, and the hook was the first thing that just caught me, and then from there I just built from there.
That was a really fun song.
You reverse engineered that.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, usually I start with the hook though. That's
Really?
yeah.
I thought it was the other way around.
I mean,
a lot of
about-
artists like to go straight to the lyrics.
straight to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me it's usually hook.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
We're going to get more into that because we do
yeah.
want to talk to you about the process of the song, but we want to hear another song, and then we're going to have you come sit with us, and we're going to deep dive into your entire process, how you wrote that song. You have such a different sound, which we're definitely going to talk about.
Absolutely.
People are commenting in the chat about how unique your sound is. So
Oh yeah.
what's the next one?
Say no more. Let's get it. Do this thing.
Let's do it.
What's up, baby? I got 2 tickets and a passport,
That's right. 2 tickets.
so I hope you got yours.
Hope you got yours.
Let's go hop in the plane.
Let's do that.
Oh, that's where you want to go?
Yeah, yeah,
Well, that's
yeah,
what it is then.
yeah. If I had everything, but not you, girl, it would feel like nothing. It would feel like nothing. And you don't have to do anything, but be you, girl. And we can do this thing, baby. We can do this thing. Let's go, yeah. Imagine us on the ocean front, private beach away from all of the fuss, not thinking about anything else,
Not thinking about nothing, baby.
just taking in the elegantness, sipping on your favorite drink, heaven in every sip, taking in the bliss. Tell me, are you down with this, baby? Tell me, are you down with this? Wouldn't have to worry about a thing. Everything taken care of. All you have to bring is yourself. Good loving is what I'm preparing. I'm gonna make you sing. My body on your body. No worries. You're my baby forever. Let me show you how I'm gonna love you. If I had everything, not you, girl. Yeah, it would feel like nothing. It would feel like nothing. And you don't have to do anything, but be you, girl. And we can do this thing, baby. We can do this thing. We don't even gotta go nowhere, baby. We can stay right here. Let me take away every fear. Cherish all the time we share. I wanna take you everywhere, yeah. So let's go all the way. Don't want this thing to go away. Tell me, are you down with this, baby? Tell me, are you down with this? Cause it's whatever, long as we're together, girl. That's all that matter. It's you and you forever, girl. Don't want no other. No one can love you better, girl. When I caress you, no one make you feel better, girl. We on another level, girl. Me and you against the world. So tell me, are you down with this, baby? Tell me, are you down with this? Let's go. If I had everything, but not you, girl, it would feel like nothing. It would feel like nothing. And you don't have to do anything, but be you, girl. And we can do this thing, baby. We can do this thing, hey.
That's right, baby. You enjoyed that, huh? Yeah, so did I.
do this thing, do this thing. Baby, we can do this thing, ayy.
Woo!
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
Okay. The judges are passing you on to Hollywood.
Here we go.
That was amazing. You want to come take a seat?
I sure do. Am I
Come
keeping
on
these
over.
on or am I wearing those ones over there?
Right here.
All right.
Your headphones, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep these ones on.
How'd it feel? Yeah.
All right. That was
I'm gonna let
fun.
you settle in for a hot second.
I know, right?
You out of breath?
No, I feel like doing a third one. I'm in the zone, but I'm just going to have to calm it down.
What do you love most about being live on the spot like this?
I mean, you give people the real you, you know? Like, it's authentic, it's real. And then you also know who's prepared and who's not.
Yeah, right?
You know, who's working on your craft. And
There's just so much heart that I could feel in that performance. I just felt it coming out through you.
You know, it was so much fun. That's the first thing I ever did was perform. Like, for me, I started performing at the age of 8. So that's where it started for me. Performing is my first love.
So he's actually starting in the very beginning. So let's start out talking about this past that you have from, this musical journey you've been on. It's really been a very long one for you, but as you said, when you were 8 years old, you performed. When was the first moment you realized that you were meant for something like this?
First time I did it, first time I played marimbas. African music is what I started, because my parents are both from Zimbabwe. My father is a very, very well-known Zimbabwean musician. So, and he got me started early.
Yeah.
So I was going to comment on something before. Sorry, I'm texting our DJ. Jesse is a late.
Where you at?
He's sitting in traffic. Every 30 minutes, he tells me he's 30 minutes away. I'm just going to assume he's not coming. How about you? When you made a comment in the very beginning, you said live shows the difference between somebody being prepared and not. And you are so on the nose about that, because we've had so many artists come in here who are young and, they're working their way in and they're hungry and they're eager. And we say, hey, do you want to do 2 songs, 3 songs? They've only come with 1. And they're like, hell yeah. And then I've had other artists, the more established ones, which is kind of ironic, who don't feel comfortable. It's like this weird thing where I feel like the hungry, when you're starting out, you're always prepared. You're always in the gym. You're always working out. And then, do you think that people, when they get established, are not as like on their game? Because I've noticed that. Like, I don't know if it's a thing have you noticed that at all?
Yeah, you make a lot of sense. I think sometimes what happens is the passion for it sometimes is not as...
Or do you think they get comfortable and they're like, hey, I've already made it. I don't need to keep... Like, it's like when you get your 6-pack. You don't have to keep going to the gym, but then it goes away.
Exactly.
So...
And then they wonder why they fizzle out when they do.
And that was something that you did. You were actually... Zia and I was only supposed to do 1 song today. And I said, are you going to do 1 or 2? And he was like, can I do 2? And that's when I knew. I was like, he's a talented dude. Because if you're ready to just go... You were about to do 3.
Oh, yeah.
But that's when you know it's from the gut, right?
Yeah.
Because he really loves what he's doing. And that needs to stay with you throughout the lifelong career you're going to have as a musician. My opinion on your point about musicians that are established that actually they're not prepared, they're not ready to go. I feel like when you get to a certain level, you have so many people around you that are telling you to do this, do that, and really directing your steps.
Right.
So I feel like people aren't as authentic to themselves, and sometimes they just like step outside of who they really are. And what I love most about your sound and your whole presence is that you have always stayed true to your roots. You've always stayed true to these roots. And segueing into that, tell us a little bit about your background. I know that you were born in Seattle, Washington, but
Correct.
you went back and forth to Zimbabwe, right?
Yep, that's correct. So first, I was born in Seattle, Washington, and we moved to Zimbabwe for a while. And then we moved back, and then moved back again when my father took a job with the University of Zimbabwe.
Wow.
So I did so the way it's set up in the United States, I think they do 4 years of high school. In Zimbabwe, we do 6.
Wow.
Yeah, so you go into your freshman year, it's like your 8th grade year, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so you're in high school in 8th grade.
Okay. So instead of calling it middle school, they call it high school, basically.
So yeah, exactly. So it's
like
primary
1 month
school,
thing.
and yeah, exactly. It's primary school and then
Okay.
high school, secondary school.
And so how old were you when you came over here finally and stayed in the U.S.?
18. I came in, and that was it. Well, actually, my mom had actually got sick, so that's why I came out.
Okay. So you're from Zimbabwe. Did you take a lot of the roots, like your roots in Zimbabwe? Did that influence your music and you chose to? But
Big
was
time.
that ever not an option?
That was never an option because that's what I listened to first was Zimbabwean music.
Yeah.
Marimba music, drums.
That's what you grew up with.
Exactly. That's what my dad
It's in your
did.
blood.
It's in my blood.
So then when you finally became a little bit more established or felt like you were settled in here in the U.S., at what point did you realize that you needed to actually find this new sound? Because you just can't, I mean, you could do it, but I mean, to be part of the mainstream audience, you have to put your own spin on it. When did you realize that you needed to create a new sound, and when did that start to come about?
Great question. So my father, he was always the type of person who was like, he could tell I was, very talented from a very young age. He was like, just do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's really rare for parents to say that.
Absolutely.
Especially, I don't know about your parents, but I'm Armenian, so I have
okay.
foreigner parents, and they're just like, you're going to go to school until you cannot go to school anymore. So that's like actually very rare to have parents just be like, do whatever you want, you're talented.
Well, musically, he made me go to
But
school.
they were musicians, right?
Right,
So that's
exactly.
probably why they...
Yeah, because just like with you saying that you're Armenian, in African households, education is very big.
Yeah.
Period. That's just it. My father had a PhD, so he had several degrees. Dr. Mariah.
So once you started to find your spin and your thing, when did you put out like the first song, and how did you go about doing that? Because there's so many people watching today that they're aspiring musicians. They want to get their music out there. Obviously, we have the means to do that now with social media. But when you started, when you were younger, what was that way for you?
So for me, the first single I actually put out for real was Celebrate. I think you might know about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, and actually it was a partnership that I did with T-Mobile and Samsung at the time. They actually sponsored the video. People can actually go see the video on YouTube. It's still on there. So for me, it was, my earlier days were mostly, brand sponsorships to put my music out. I kind of leveraged.
That's pretty unconventional, too.
Yeah, that's, it's so funny that you say that because a lot of people tell me that. They're like, I've been seeing your journey and it's been very unconventional, very different, very unique. Yeah. Just because of brand relationships that I had. So I was able to leverage those relationships and put music out. Didn't get the, not sure why we didn't get the commercial success that I thought maybe I could have gotten at the time. I've always been confident in my abilities. But, things happen for a reason. Now it's starting to take shape slowly.
But you actually evolved from that sound up into the sound we hear now, which is a fusion of, why don't you say it? What is your fusion?
So I like to call it global pop, international pop with like an urban undertone to it.
Okay.
There's no more genre. The day of the genre is over.
Exactly.
Like
I love to hear what they have to say
every
about
single
that.
artist, they always come in here. They're like, I'm pop with a little bit of urban, with a little bit of dance and EDM, and it's like everything is kind of melding together, which I love. I love that music is evolving so much.
It's globalizing, so it just is what it is.
You said you didn't get the traction that you wanted commercially. Did you take advantage of the ultimate equalizer, which is the internet? Like, were you doing all the things? Because a lot of musicians right now are getting discovered in the last 10 years through internet, through YouTube, through Spotify, SoundCloud. Are you utilizing any of those?
Yeah, now I am. Not as, way more.
Because how were you supposed to know before, right? Like,
Exactly. Right. Sometimes the thing about artists too is like, we get so caught up in our craft. And sometimes we don't think about all the other things. At least for me, I can speak for myself. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So my social game wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. But now, it's one of those things where, I kind of, I'm a bit more woke. So I understand that, You
get it.
So, yeah, I get it. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point. We were talking to an artist, and she admitted one of the hardest things for her was to keep up with the social media and all the. Every week something new comes out. Like Vine 2 is going to come out now, and it's like
there's so many platforms.
How do you keep up? And it's like, do you spend time in the studio, or do you spend time doing a photo shoot so that you can have dope pictures for your Instagram, or do you do a music video that could go viral on YouTube? How many hours in the day? There aren't enough, right?
That's true.
So how do you prioritize where you're going to put your energy?
So for me right now, it's mostly YouTube. And, it's funny that you even say that, because I believe what you have to do is just kind of find those ones where you feel like you're strongest at, and then take advantage of those platforms just because there's so many of them.
And they cross over at some point, right?
Exactly. At some point they cross over, what ends up happening is the herd ends up, finding their way to your other social medias, platforms. But for me personally, YouTube is a big one. Instagram is getting big for me now too. And Spotify. Spotify is another one that I take a lot of advantage.
What do you think about? It's so interesting. When I first started, I'm going to date myself, but it's been a minute. I found out about artists on MySpace. Like that is when
you're not dating yourself. Everybody.
But I'm saying like that is when it started to hit me that okay, anybody can put their stuff out there, and if you find that right, you never know who's watching you, right? Just like this on Twitch, you don't know who's watching you right now. You can find a genuine audience through this like tangible medium in all sorts. And so when you looked at like those days when you were really trying to get your music out then, and you look at it today, do you find that it's still just as challenging because there are multiple platforms, or do you think that it's still the same game?
I think it's easier, to be honest.
Even though there's so many platforms,
you don't feel like people get flooded. I feel like it's so hard. I mean, I would be so intimidated.
Yeah.
As a content creator, it's hard. I mean, we create a show, right? It's hard as a content creator to get noticed. It's hard as a musician, and there's so many talented people in the world. And now suddenly we have these tools that we can actually put our stuff out there. Before it was like, let's hope to God at an audition I get something. Now people put everything on the internet. You can put a movie on the internet tomorrow.
Yeah, you sure can.
So it's almost a double-edged sword in a sense, right?
Yeah. One thing that I like to try to take advantage of is just my community first. So, one of the things I did that was I had a single that I did with it was called Beast Mode, and it was actually placed on MTV The Challenge.
Nice.
And what I did was I basically sent it to like a couple hundred of my friends who I knew would actually listen to it, share it, and actually comment on it. And out of those like 200 people, maybe like 100 actually went and listened to it, and then 50 of them actually commented or whatever it was and shared it, and then the numbers got smaller and smaller. So I think one thing you can do is just take advantage of your community. So like if there's 50 people that'll listen to your music and share it, just give it to them, and don't be afraid. Send them a personal email. That's the one thing I was doing. I was sending them personal emails on Facebook, like, hey,
it's all about that hustle.
Yeah, I was like, hey, check this out, and that's the way I did. So I took advantage of my community first.
And the most important thing, too, is that you're staying true to yourself. And I feel like audiences will resonate with people that actually are true to themselves. You can put on a front, and then you can be hot for a hot second, and then you're done because people know that it's not really you. And you've continued to stay in that realm for yourself.
It's about the energy,
Yeah.
I'm big on that.
Yeah.
And you've built a niche audience. It's like, we always say a friend to all is a friend to none. It's like Michelle said, you're authentic. So you're gaining this fan base that is really going to follow you wherever you go.
It's exciting, man.
Yeah.
It's
what would you say about your fans that's unique?
Oh, man.
Culturally, too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Very cultural. Man, thanks for that. They're very cultural. Like, it was so crazy because I woke up, this morning, and I had like, it was the coolest thing in the world for nobody. It's on you, when I put it on YouTube, and there were some comments, and they were all in Spanish, to a point where what I had to do was I basically had to Google translate these comments, and it was just the coolest thing ever. I sat back and I said to myself, wow, because the song's in English, right? So for them to actually connect with it and then comment on it in Spanish, to me was like,
was it like a sense of validation for you that this is my thing? I was
blown away. I was like, okay, it's resonating, it's touching,
it's real.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I've known you for a while, and this is actually the one single I think is the one.
You didn't like the other ones?
It's not that I didn't like it. It's not that I didn't like it. Listen, I'm being real. I feel like this was a nice fusion of who you really are.
Yeah, I agree.
And like I love that you stick to your roots and you're staying with that whole theme. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I think
it's actually like infectious. If you think about it, that is what we care about. You want something that's going to be in your head over and over again. You're not going to get sick of it. You know what I mean? Right.
No, I think you're 100% spot on. I do believe this is a good representation of who I am and the different places that I pull from musically and artistically.
I want to know your thoughts, both of your thoughts, on the Shiggy show and the Shiggy dance that came up after the Drake song, and all of a sudden this guy makes a dance, this viral sensation makes a dance online, and then Drake goes, I don't even know what it was, like triple platinum,
But like, I feel
it's
like
crazy. Like,
I feel like the Shiggy thing has been happening forever. Do you remember the Soldier Boy? Like Michelle and I used to we worked together back in the day, and I walked around to every celebrity and I was like, let's do the Soldier Boy. It's like everybody, there's always a something, right? And then there was the Unforgettable that French Montana did. And he was like, everybody was doing the Unforgettable challenge. I think it's smart. I mean,
it is smart. Have you thought about doing that with one of your songs? Like finding other ways to actually put it out there other than just the music?
No, I haven't. But all those songs you're talking about are all really great songs. And the one thing I'll say is, if anybody took the time to go make a dance or something like that about one of my records, I'd just be so grateful.
I think it'll happen.
For sure.
I was seriously, when you were performing Nobody, it reminded me of Unforgettable because it had that like light-hearted, feel-good song that also felt international. I
gotta play you Satisfied. You gotta hear that.
We have to play it.
If you like Do This Thing, you'll like Satisfied.
So let's talk about your performances, right? So that's a big way, other than just the internet. You have to go live. People want to see you on stage. What is your stage presence like? And describe a little bit more about that whole thing for you.
I just go with the feel.
Okay.
One of the things I always do is I have like a ritual that I go through, which I won't talk too much about. But at the same time,
we want to hear about your ritual.
Do tell.
Tea and Jameson. I take a shot.
That's
I take a shot of Jameson. Now, for me, really, it's just visualizing. You know, a lot of before I even got here, even all last night in my hotel room, all I did was think about how I want this to go, how I want to sound. You know,
get in the mindset.
Yeah, I just went through it visually. I said, okay, I'm gonna go in there and hopefully I'm gonna kill it. And I said to myself, this is the way I want to look. This is the way I want it to sound. This is the way I want it to go. And then from there, it's just all instinctual a lot of times. But as far as performances go, that's, like I said, that's my passion, and that's the biggest thing I wish I could do more of is perform.
Have you thought about bringing a live band with all the cool Afro beat drums, all those things, and those elements?
That's basically what it is for me. A lot of times is you know Z&I International. That whole thing is that's the vision. It's more of a live band.
That's how I see you on stage.
Yeah, it's a live band for sure.
Yeah. Well, I have to ask you, you've been around for a while, and we have mutual friends, and you've worked in the brand space as well, and you are part of that social media world. Where do you see it all going, just combining music, social media, and these influencers that are, just making a name for themselves?
I think it's great for the brands, and I hope, and I just wish, with time going, that it'll be even better for the people who are actually, the influencers that are actually representing these brands, Because, the one thing is, like, that authenticity, man, it's like, when people started drinking Coca-Cola or Pepsi, whatever, like, all these brands, they have their slogan, right, that they go with, and that's basically what they want you to feel. So when they can actually have people, showing that, and it's, like, real and authentic, like, I mean, that's the best thing, man. That human interaction is where it's at.
So if you were to name a slogan for yourself, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like, what's the ZNI?
Wait, we never actually talked about this. What is ZNI?
Oh, yeah, we have to go back.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for saving me there. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I do. Well, we'll come back to it if you want, but I do want to know what ZNI is.
Yeah, sure. So it's my name. My name is ZNI. So ZIYANAI is how you spell my name. So what I did was I used that first, but people would read it and they were like Zine. Yeah, well, Zinni came from Z and I actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Zinni one.
So what does it mean?
It means to know each other.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I like it.
Yep.
Also, your brother is here with you today.
Yeah, he is.
I thought that was really special that you brought your brother with you.
Oh, yeah.
It's a family affair.
He is like, he's doing a whole production back there. Do you guys do this often? You guys roll together?
When I'm in Los Angeles.
Where do you live most of the time?
Seattle.
Oh, you're still in Seattle.
Yeah, I'm here till tomorrow and I'm out. I came to see you guys.
Oh, that's so nice.
It.
Are you going to be putting music videos out for your 2 songs, or at least for Nobody?
Yeah, Nobody.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, Nobody. I have something special in the works for that. I don't want to go too much into it, but when you guys see it, you're gonna.
Is it going to be a visual? It's going to be a visual.
I think you're gonna appreciate it. I got something special brewing for that.
Oh yeah.
Can't talk too much about it though.
Okay, top secret. What do you want your fans to know about you that they may not know?
I love music. That's a great question. I love music.
We know that.
No, but other than the music,
we
like
know you love
who
music.
are you as a person, right? Like we love connecting with people. That's what it's all about.
Authentic. I love people. And to be honest with you, I mean, I really do this at the end of the day to really just give back about, especially with the things that I'm passionate about.
Allison's saying that we have some questions from the chat.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to ignore some of your comments are making no sense to me. So, and Allison, we know you know what I'm talking about.
We have questions, huh?
What are they saying?
He wants to know, in Seattle, the best hot food spot in your opinion.
What's a hot spot in Seattle to get some food? And that is from Hopelessly Dope.
Oh man, you want some really good food? Go visit my boy ZJ Redman at Red Lounge. You get the best Jamaican food. Best Jamaican food.
She. Hopelessly
it's good.
Dope is a she.
Hopelessly, sorry, she.
So did you give the food spot?
Yeah, Red Lounge.
I was too distracted by Tiddish over here trying to freestyle. I don't know if this is like a confessional, a diary entry.
Spread the love. I want to see.
No. It's like I'm not even reading his comments out loud.
I like to hear the crazy stuff.
I know.
People are finding this interesting for sure. You definitely have a unique sound. That was something that came through a lot when you were performing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Isn't it pretty
There's
awesome that you can talk to people live?
Yeah,
right
this is
now?
one of the reasons we
coolest
love broadcasting on Twitch. Is that we do get to talk live with the chat. One thing we forgot to do today was to get some moderators, right, Allison? But that's okay. That's quite all right. Okay, so we before we end this, we love to, because this show is for creators by creators. What is a piece of advice you would give somebody in your shoes in the music industry on how to keep the everyone sees the glitz and the glamour, right? Mm-hmm. We see the good things on the Instagram. We see all the things you're celebrating, the announcements. What do you do? What is your trick the day that you wake up? Because everyone's had this day when you want to quit. Mm-hmm. You don't want to do it anymore.
No, you're right. No.
What is the thing that gets you to get back in the studio, write another song, come to a radio interview, and not quit?
Passion, authenticity, and just try to know everything that you can about the business. Everything you can about the business. But if you have like personal stuff that you're going through, one thing that I do that helps me is I read a lot of like, positive, very inspirational books. I do a lot of that.
So have you ever had a moment, if you don't mind sharing, where you felt like maybe I need to just give this up, and you fought through that feeling and now you're here today?
Nope.
There was never a moment for you?
I was just going to go. I was driving off the cliff with this one.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm in the same boat. I feel the same way.
I wish I could sit here and tell. I mean, there's times when I've been discouraged, yes, but quit? Hell no.
It's just in you. Nah. That's the one thing I can say, though, because I was a dancer growing up. I was on stage at 5 years old, and I felt like I was always meant to be a performer. Mm-hmm. And I danced competitively throughout my teenage years, and that was all I knew. Like straight up Britney Spears style, where like that's all I did. Like I went to school and then I went to practice, just like an athlete, right? And then on the weekends I competed. And for me, I've been doing this for many years now, like over a decade, and I feel like I've had ups and downs in my career, but I've never ever said I wasn't gonna do this ever. And I think it comes from the true innate passion that's instilled in you when you realize at a very young age that this embodies who you are. Like this is that's what I love about, we keep saying authenticity, but if people are doing it for the wrong reasons, they don't last. Like if you don't really love what you're doing, I don't care if you're like a carpenter or if you love to paint or write, whatever it is, if it's not true to you, then those are the people that give up, actually, in my opinion. I don't know what your thoughts on that.
Yeah, if you're in it for the wrong reasons, for sure, you're going to quit. Like, we all know that being in entertainment, you do not make money until you're like really, I spent half my career being so broke because in every single day, I'm like, what am I doing? It's really hard. You're not doing it for the money. You're doing it for the passion of what you love. Mm-hmm. And if you're doing it for the fame, I don't think that works either. No. But yeah, that was a really good tidbit of information for everyone. So the moral of the story is, guys, don't quit.
Don't quit.
Keep it going unless you're not into it.
Unless you hate it and you're pretending like you love it.
Unless you're not into it.
Exactly.
Or unless you have somebody like Tiddish in your chat, just being a big hater.
What's he
you
saying?
still don't quit. You still
should
don't
call
quit.
it, like mean tweets. Why don't we hear it?
I'm not even gonna do it.
I want to hear it.
I don't know.
It's call about.
I don't know.
All
Well, Tiddish is coming around. Like in the beginning, I don't know if you're a he or a she. You were a little bit of an asshole, and now I feel like slight compliments coming on. How can she be broke? She's hot. Oh. But then I didn't read the rest of it, which said just suck some dick and get some cash.
Wow.
What's that supposed to mean?
That's bad advice. That's bad advice.
She doesn't need cash. She got her own cash.
Shouldn't have given you that attention, bro.
What's that supposed to mean? Like you're good looking, you shouldn't be like. What,
also, I don't think that's related. But you know what? Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. That's why we love Twitch. We like it when people share their opinions. Sometimes I read them out loud. Most of the time I don't because...
What's the craziest comment that you've ever had on this show?
I want to know the craziest.
You know
comment
what? I'm going to be honest with you. When we first started this stream, so Twitch has been a tricky thing for us because, as you guys know, Twitch it started out as a platform for gamers only. So gamers were streaming, and now Twitch has kind of expanded into being a platform for all creators, which I love. I'm so happy. They just made an announcement they're going to be expanding even more. But anytime a new kid is on the playground, people are like, whoa, what is this? And I remember when we first started out a year ago, every broadcast, Allison, I would cry. I mean, she knows. I would be like, the comments were so mean. They still, sometimes we get some mean comments, but like you said, we've built our audience and slowly but surely we have some of the same viewers that come in and they'll participate in the conversation and they're productive and they're positive, but there's always going to be people who are like, what is this shit? Get off the channel. But it's like, you know what I mean? So what I will say to that is I love every part of that. It's a love. I love the people that are negative. I love the people that are positive. The negative people usually turn around though.
I have a feeling that you grow on people though.
I do.
I mean,
I'm like a pimple that you want to pop, but you secretly want to pet and keep it around a little longer. Bad analogy. Analogy. All right, we're going to take a quick music break. Thank you so much, ZNI. Oh, make sure you let them know where they can find you on socials.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you can find me. Instagram is ZNI Music. Everything else is at ZNI.
That's it.
Amazing.
Every streaming platform, ZNI, just like that.
All right. Well, make sure you guys support his music. Nobody's already out. They can go get it.
Yep. Nobody's
Make sure you guys go get Nobody.
Go cop that.
Thank you so much. And Michelle, thank you for bringing him into our world. We're going to take a quick music break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about some music news that's been going down. I think we should go with the Nicki Minaj song, John. What do you think?
Great choice.
What do you think? Okay.